Hello, I wanted to provide an update. I had a pre-admission testing yesterday at the hospital, and my surgery is scheduled for next Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. And I will be getting a total hysterectomy, plus my ovaries and my tubes removed, and additional fat grafting for my breast reconstruction. And found out I think it was yesterday morning even, found out from my plastic surgeon that the insurance company finally approved the fat grafting that was done, along with my exchange to my implants from the expanders that I had in May. The insurance had initially said they weren't going to pay it, so the plastic surgeon's office went back and forth with them, and they finally paid it. And that was dependent on whether the plastic surgeon would actually do this again for this surgery. So I did find out that that is going to happen, so thankful. I still feel like the size is not where I want it to be, but it's also, the skin is very thin across the front. So they're going to take fat from my stomach and they're going to inject it up more to fill out the top part, but hopefully to add a better barrier to across. And I guess some people, their skin is a lot thinner. My implants are over the muscle, so there's not the muscle in addition to the skin and everything in between. So they're over the muscle, which I've heard a lot of benefits to being over the muscle versus under and stretching it and having difficulty. I think it's a case-by-case basis on how that works for everybody, so it could be different. So I'm very, very excited and look forward to seeing how that turns out. And then the reason that I'm getting a total hysterectomy with my ovaries and my tubes is because the tumors that they took out of my breast were 100% hormone fed. So in order to prevent the possibility of future cancer, which you could, your ovaries produce hormones. So I've been taking shots, Lupron shots, since April to shut down my ovaries so that I'm not producing those hormones, because that could feed, if there is any trace of cancer or any kind of cancer starts to grow, it would feed that. So to remove that, so I don't have to continue taking those monthly shots once I have the surgery. And the reason that I'm getting along with the total hysterectomy, which takes your uterus, your cervix, I thought there was something else, but I can't remember. But it takes those things because the hormone blocker, the pill that I'm on for the next 10 years, has been known to cause, I think it was uterine cancer, possibly cervical cancer. But it can cause those types. So to prevent any type of, possible cancer in the future, taking those guys out. So I'm I'm looking forward to getting the surgery done. This is my third surgery in 2020, and hopefully the final one that I'll have, at least for a long, long time, is my hope. And looking forward to getting that done. I am a little bit afraid of the possible pain that's involved after the hysterectomy. I already know what the fat grafting entails, and your stomach is really in more pain from the liposuction there instead of your chest. Your chest is all bruised up from it. And I'm hopeful that that will turn out really well. I think some of the fat grafting that was done before settled pretty well. Just hoping for more of it to settle. So I'm afraid of the pain for the hysterectomy, and I've heard good and bad. It's going to be Da Vinci, which is a robotic, which I think there is a difference between it and laparoscopic, and it's even better, and it's supposed to be minimal pain. So as long as everything goes well, they will continue to do that. If they have trouble with anything, they may have to switch to abdominal, where they slice your stomach and take out what they need. So hoping that's not the case, and I believe that they're looking through with the Da Vinci robotic that they would take everything out via like your belly button or right around your belly button. And some people actually end up, and this could be the case, I'm not sure, they can take almost everything but the uterus, and they've taken like the uterus out of your vagina. So, and that can hurt a lot. So not looking forward to that pain, but thankful I can get all this done within a surgery and prevent chances down the line of finding out that I have, you know, an additional cancer in any of those areas. So that's a positive. My only, so in addition to the pain, I guess my additional fear, and I did ask the gynecologist, they are going to run all of the tissue from everything that they take out with the total hysterectomy and the ovaries and the tubes, and they're going to test all of the tissue to see if there are any cancerous cells in there, or abnormal cells or anything like that. So I'm really afraid of that. I know I've had pain in the past. I've had like endometriosis-like symptoms. And so I'm just kind of worried, especially with the, you know, finding the breast cancer and not really knowing I had that until I had that mammogram and was able to see that I had it. So I'm really concerned about how all that comes back. I am really hoping that everything's clean and everything's good. If it does show any signs of cancer, my biggest fear is that I would have to go and do chemo or additional conversation with the oncologist on what next steps are, because if that was there, what else could be lurking or hiding is my thought. So I'm praying, and I have good thoughts that it's not, none of that tissue has any cancerous or abnormal cells in it, but it is just in the back of my mind thinking about that. So that is my update as of now. So that's this coming Wednesday. So today is Thursday, August 27th, and the surgery is Wednesday. I do have to go on this Sunday and get a COVID test for the coronavirus. Have to do that, I think it was 96 hours beforehand. So I have to go Sunday and get that done. Everything else with pre-admission went fine. They took my blood. I checked the results this morning. Everything looked good. So I am good to go. So I guess the only other worry I have is being out of work for so long. I don't know that I'm a workaholic, but I am very passionate about what I do. So not being able to be involved in some of that, it could be 2 to 3 weeks that I will be out, depending on the pain and everything. There are also people in the organization that can definitely take care of things, but just gonna miss, and there's a lot of big things going on. So that is my update for now, and I will update you. Oh, one more thing about surgery. So with the coronavirus, I did ask about visitors to the hospital. Here's the policy of the hospital, and this is in Ohio. So, or at least at this hospital in Dublin, Ohio. So I can have one visitor each day. It has to be the same person every day. So if it's my husband the first day, it has to be him for the rest of the time that I'm there. And I may be there 1-2 nights possibly. And that person, once they come in, if they leave, they can't come back the same day. So I did ask, my husband likes to smoke cigars, and especially if he's nervous, he'll smoke a cigar or two. And she said there's no smoking areas even around the hospital. So if he leaves to go smoke, then he won't be able to come back in. So what I've arranged with him so far is that he will drop me off, and I'll go in, do the check-in and everything, and go back to surgery. And he will wait. They will call him and let him know how things are going, and like when I come out of surgery, when I'm in recovery, when I go back to a room and everything like that. But he is going to wait until I'm back in a room, and possibly even I call him when I'm back in a room and kind of awake, for him to even come into the hospital. So then by that time, he comes in, he might stay with me 2-3 hours or something like that, and then, you know, he can come back home, take care of the dogs and everything. And then we'll have to figure out for, you know, if I'm there a day or something like that. Maybe he comes back later when we think that I'll be leaving the hospital, so that I don't want him to be there all day, especially feel stuck to be there all day. So, and he won't have any pain meds. I'll be the one pain meds and trying to sleep and everything. So that's kind of a weird thing. The last time I was in the hospital and had to stay overnight was with my double mastectomy, and my mom actually stayed the night. So my husband was able to come home, take the meds he needed, and get some sleep and take care of the dogs and everything and come back. And she stayed the night with me. So I'm fine to stay the night by myself. It will probably be very, very weird, but fine to do that. So just kind of weird, the whole visitor thing, especially not being able to leave and come back. Totally get it as far as like administrative and tracking people and all that kind of stuff. So I will let you know how it goes. Thanks. Bye.